Hello students, this is class 10th, subject English, chapter 7th, Glimpses of India, and this is lecture 2 of part 1 of Glimpses of India. It is A Baker from Goa and this is written by Lucio Rodriguez. Topics to be covered today. Today we are going to read first of all summary of the chapter. After that we shall learn some new words with their meanings. Then homework solution of lecture 1 of chapter 7th part 1, A Baker from Goa. So let us begin with summary of the chapter. Glimpses of India, chapter 7th. As I have already told you that this lesson consists of 3 parts. This chapter has 3 parts. First is A Baker from Goa, second is Coorg, and third is Tea from Assam. A Baker from Goa is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker, and Coorg is actually the smallest district of Karnataka, and it is famous for evergreen rainforests, spices and coffee plantations. Then next, third, it is Tea from Assam. Tea from Assam is an interesting story about tea, its history and significance. And in this story we get a glimpse of the tea plantation of Assam. So today we are going to read about first part, that is A Baker from Goa, and this is lecture 2 of this first part. Now let us read first of all summary of the chapter Glimpses of India part 1, A Baker from Goa. Glimpses of India part 1, A Baker from Goa. Summary. Let us begin. The lesson begins with how narrators' elders often recall the time when Goa was under the rule of the Portuguese. They talk how the importance of bakers is still maintained in their villages even after the Portuguese have left. Means now in Goa the Portuguese have gone, they have left Goa, but still that profession or the importance of bakers is still maintained in Goa. They are known as padders in Goa. Means the bakers are known as padders in Goa. The Portuguese who live in Goa are famous for preparing the loaves of bread. This business is still in practice in Goa, and those who carry on this business are known as padder. So the mixers, the molders and their time-tested furnaces continue to serve the people of Goa with their famous bread loaves. Loaves means pieces of bread. It is possible that the original ones may not exist, means the Portuguese have left, they have gone, but their profession is being continued by their sons. The thud of their bamboo stick can still be heard in some parts of the village. The same jingling thud would wake the narrator and his friends during their childhood days, who would go running to him without brushing or washing their mouth properly. Means the children ran either to meet or to look into his basket, climbing on railing and benches. The loaves were purchased by the servant of the house, but the children were very excited to go to the baker. Even they did not wash their mouth properly. It was a maid servant of the house who collected the loaves, while children sorted out the bread bangles for themselves. Bakery products have importance in the culture and traditions of Goa. The maid servants were delivered the loaves for elders and bread bangles for children. Children loved bread bangles, and bakery products have a special importance in the culture and traditions of Goa. Bowl or sweet bread is a part of marriage gifts. Cakes and balinhas or coconut cookies are eaten at every festival, and the lady of the house prepares sandwiches at her daughter's engagement. Means without bread, any function, any party was considered incomplete in Goa, because bread is very important, or we can say that bread has an important place in Goa. Earlier bakers wore a unique frock of knee length known as kabai. But during the narrator's childhood days, they wore a shirt and trousers of length slightly shorter than the usual ones. Means in the Portuguese days, the bakers used to wear kabai, and in narrator's childhood days, they used to wear a shirt and trousers. They generally collected their bills at the end of every month. Bakery has continued to be a profitable profession, managing to keep their families joyous and prosperous. Means baking was really a profitable profession in the old days, and still it has an important place. So we can say that this baking profession was very profitable. They were very prosperous and healthy. So after summary, now we shall learn some new words from this chapter, A Baker from Goa. So let us begin. Now let us learn some new words with their meanings. First is reminiscing nostalgically, means thinking fondly of the past. Next is vanished, it means died or disappeared. Molders means persons giving bread a particular shape. Time tested, it means used for a long time. Furnace, it means hearth, where fire is burnt. Thud, it means a dull and heavy sound. Now next word, it is extinguished, it means cause a fire to cease to burn. Next word, jingle, it means a kind of sound. Fragrance, a pleasant sweet smell. Next is parapet, it means railing or a low protective wall. And the last word is prosperous, it means flourishing. Now next is heralding, it means announcing. Staff, it means stick. Rebuke, it means disapproval or scolding. Plump physique, it means pleasantly fat body. Next is open testimony, it means public statement about a character or quality. So these are the words which are used in this chapter, A Baker from Goa. Now let us discuss your homework. Homework is read the following passages given below and answer the questions that follow. So first passage is, our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. Those age-old, time-tested furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. The thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo, heralding his arrival in the morning, can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. So this is the passage. Now questions. First question, what are the elders nostalgic about? Then next, how can you say that bread making is still popular in Goa? Next question, what are the mixers, the molders used for? Next is, which word in the passage means the same as cook? Next is, why do the elders think about their past? Next question, mention two different tasks done by the bakers. Then next, find the word from the passage which means the same as remembering. Last question, how is the family profession still carried? So this is the first passage. Now let us move to next. Next is, we kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. So this is the passage. Now questions. First question, who are we in the extract? Second question, why were the children pushed aside? Next, which word or phrase in the extract means the same as an expression of disapproval or a scolding? Last question is, what was there in the basket? So, find out the answers of given questions and write all the answers and send me snapshots. This is class 10th, subject English, and chapter 7, Glimpses of India, part 1, A Baker from Goa, and this is homework solution of lecture 1. Glimpses of India, part 1, A Baker from Goa, question and answers. So let us begin with the first question. What are the elders in Goa nostalgic about? The narrator often finds his elders thinking about those good old days and telling them about the famous breads that date back to the time when Portuguese ruled over Goa. They ponder means think deeply over the past and tell them that though the Portuguese have left Goa, but the bakers still exist. If not the original ones, their legacy is being continued by their sons, means that baking profession is still going on because their sons are continuing that profession. Now, second question. Is bread making still popular in Goa? How do you know? So the answer is yes, bread making is still popular in the city of Goa. It is evident from the existence of time-tested furnaces, mixers and molders. The legacy of bakers is being continued by their sons. You will find a bakery in every Goan village as bread is an important part of the Goan culture. So we can say that bread making is still popular in Goa. Even the author says that the mixers, molders and those who bake the loaves are still present in Goa. Question third is, what is the baker called? So the baker is referred to as padder in the city of Goa. Means the baker is known as padder in Goa. Question fourth, when would the baker come every day? Why did the children run to meet him? So the baker would come twice every day during the narrator's childhood days. Once in the morning to deliver the loaves of bread, and secondly in the evening on his return after selling his stock. Means in the evening he returned after emptying his huge basket. The children would go running to him to take the special bread bangles he had made for them. So this is the answer of fourth question. Now next. Now question fifth, it is match the following. What is a must? As marriage gifts, for a party or a feast, for a daughter's engagement, for Christmas. So these are the options: cakes and balinhas, sweet bread called bol, bread, sandwiches. So we have to match. So for first we can say as marriage gifts, what is a must for marriage gifts? Sweet bread, that is called bol. Then what is must for a party or a feast? It is bread. Then for daughter's engagement, sandwiches are must. There is a tradition that a mother used to prepare sandwiches on daughter's engagement. Then for Christmas, what is for Christmas in Goa, cakes and balinhas are must. So this is the correct answer. Now next question, what did the bakers wear in the Portuguese days and when the author was young? So in the Portuguese days, the bakers wore a unique knee-length frock dress typically known as kabai. And in the narrator's childhood days, bakers used to wear shirts and shorter than usual pants. Means in the narrator's childhood days, he had seen them wearing shirts and shorter than usual pants. Means they used to wear shirt and pants which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. Next question is, who invites the comment? He is dressed like a pedder. Why? So the answer is, during the narrator's childhood days, the bakers had a peculiar dress. They wore shirts and trousers shorter than usual pants. Thus, if someone is seen wearing pants of this much length, they invite the comment, he is dressed like a pedder. Next question. Where were the monthly accounts of the baker recorded? So the answer is the monthly accounts of the baker were recorded on some wall with a pencil. Next question is, what does a jackfruit-like appearance mean? So jackfruit-like appearance means a well-built or plump physique similar to a jackfruit. In those days, bakers had plump physique because baking was a profitable profession. His family and servants never starved and they were prosperous. They led a happy and contented life. Their prosperity and happy life can be seen from their plump physique. So next question, it is, how did the baker attract the children? Because the children used to run as soon as they would see the bakers. The answer is, the baker attracted the children not by his jingle or by the loaves of bread, means not by the thud or sound of the bamboo stick that they usually had, and not by the loaves, means big pieces of bread he sold, but by the bread bangles or the special sweet bread he sold. Children loved bread bangles, so due to this they got attracted towards the baker. So in this way the baker attracted the children. So do your homework and send me the snapshots of homework on my email ID, and I hope you have understood what I have been taught to you. If you like our videos, please press like button and subscribe our channel. Thank you.